Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here and I am very excited to bring you this video because it is a collaboration with my friend Macy. You might know Macy as Amazing Love on Instagram. She takes absolutely gorgeous pictures and I know it sounds like kind of a cliche thing to say, but she really is one of the sweetest people you'll ever hope to meet. She's always so kind and so positive, and I'm just so glad that Instagram beauty community brought us together, and she's been a great friend to me. So I will link all of her social media down below. I hope that you'll go check her out. I know if you watch her videos, you will just love her as much as I do. She's so much fun. So Macy and I are bringing you our drugstore favorites, and I'm just doing makeup products today. I'm not going to talk about any of my favorite affordable skincare or brushes. I will do that in another video, so let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, but today we're just focusing on makeup. So without any further ado, let's get started. I tried to keep these products all around the $10 and under price point. I know the foundation that I'll mention is a little bit more than that, but all of these products are really affordable and they're really accessible at just your local drugstore, Target, or wherever you can find these brands. I'm gonna kind of go in the order that I would apply these products to my face. I might get a little off track here and there, but that's my plan. So I don't have a face primer from the drugstore. I haven't found one that I really like. So if you have one that you love, definitely let me know. Leave it in the comments because I'm on the hunt. Help me out. The foundation that I most adore from the drugstore is the original L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I am in the shade N1-2. It says Soft Ivory / Classic Ivory. This is great for my dry skin. I know it wouldn't be great for everyone. If you have oily skin, you probably wouldn't like this. It does have a luminous finish, but it's not like super glittery, super glowy. It's just the right amount of dewy, and it looks so healthy and fresh and has kind of a medium coverage. It's buildable. This is just kind of perfect for me. Love this. Fair warning, I'm gonna say I love everything. These are my favorites, so obviously I love them. For BB and CC creams, I really have tried a lot from the drugstore. I like BB creams because I don't always want a full coverage. I usually don't want a full coverage. I just want to even out my skin tone, and I love this Revlon Age Defy CC cream. I am in the shade 20 light medium. This stuff just, it never looks patchy, it doesn't oxidize, it's so smooth and so comfortable, and it wears for a really long time. So if you're looking for a good CC cream, I highly recommend the Age Defy from Revlon. I actually have two favorite concealers from the drugstore. I love the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. A lot of people compare them to the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, I think it's called. I actually like the Maybelline ones a lot more. I don't have them on hand right now. I just used mine up and I haven't replaced it yet because I have so many concealers. But I do have a kind of newer, over the past few months, favorite concealer from the drugstore, and that is this e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer. I don't know what it is about this stuff. I'm in the shade Fair, by the way. It's just, it's got a nice neutral undertone, which is great for me because I'm neutral. And it blends beautifully. It doesn't get creasy or cakey looking. It just looks so natural, and this is kind of a surprise for me because I haven't always been a huge fan of e.l.f. face products. I've had a lot of problems with them oxidizing or being really streaky, but this, I'm so glad I tried this HD Lifting Concealer. I think this was like $3 or $6, probably $3. I'll look at all the prices and I'll put everything in the description box below, but this stuff is amazing. If you haven't tried it, get on that. For powders, I actually chose 3 different powders, but they're all different. Trust me, they're all different. You probably saw this one coming if you've watched any of my videos. I always use this. This is the NYX HD Finishing Powder. I have it in 01 translucent. This stuff is so amazing. I always set my concealer with this every day. I reach for this over my NARS Crystal Setting Powder, Laura Mercier powders. This just beats them all. This stuff never gets creasy. It doesn't ever look cakey. It's just the perfect, smooth finish. And I have a hard time with powders because I have dry skin, and this never lets me down. For pressed powder, I chose the Maybelline Fit Me. I use this to set my foundation all over before I add bronzer or highlight, blush, all that stuff. And this just gives such a smooth finish. If I ever am wearing a foundation that kind of feels tacky after it dries, this just perfectly smooths it out. It doesn't cake up on me. And I'm in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I have the foundation, the Fit Me foundation. I do like that as well, but I think the powder is the winner of the bunch. Lastly, for a loose powder, I picked this e.l.f. mineral powder. This is in the shade Booster. It does have a slightly like pinkish tone to it. I don't know if you can tell, which it works well for me because it's really brightening, but they do have other shades if you know the pink tint isn't gonna work for you. They have a lot of other shades. I paid $3 for this and it's lasted me so long, and it barely even looks like I've used it. And I use this a ton. This stuff is so soft, so lovely, so sheer, doesn't flash back in pictures. So the e.l.f. mineral powders, definitely worth checking out. Now on to bronzer. This should come as no surprise. I use this all the time. Especially if you follow me on Instagram, you know this is like my go-to bronzer. It's the Bronze Booster by Physicians Formula. I think Physicians Formula makes the best bronzers in the drugstore. This stuff is just the right tone. It's not too orangey. It's not too dark. I'm in the shade, I have the shade light medium. The only problem with Physicians Formula is their shade range sucks. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but they do not cater to anyone with deeper skin tone. I could probably pull off the medium to deep one, and look at this. This is some really fair skin. So that is the only downside, but I have to say that can't make me change my mind about this stuff. I love this. I have repurchased this. I will repurchase it in the future. This Bronze Booster is the bomb. Does anybody say the bomb anymore? Probably not. 90s girl alert. For contouring, I recently got the e.l.f. contour palette, and I do like that, but I have to say I like this one a little bit better. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon contouring palette. It just has 2 shades. The e.l.f. one has 4, and the e.l.f. one also has a mirror, which this one does not. But nothing can beat these powders for me. They are so blendable, just the right amount of pigmentation. They go on so smooth, they never look streaky, and they just blend for that perfect natural contour that I'm looking for. I have the shade Dulce de Leche. I got this at Walmart. I think it was like $3.99 or $4.99. I'm not sure, but as I said, I'll leave all that stuff in the description box below. But this is such a great contouring palette, so affordable. Definitely need to try this. Lastly, for highlight, it was a little bit difficult for me. I'm kind of a highlight snob, I'm sorry. I don't say that about a lot of products. I love drugstore makeup, as you can probably tell from how long this video is gonna be. But I do have one highlight that I go back to. I can't get it open. Can you tell I'm like struggling? I have one highlight that I do go back to over and over again, and that is the Baked Bronzer, but don't be fooled, it's not a bronzer, in the shade Tiki. And this is just a light gold. I'll swatch it for you, although you've probably all seen it. It's such a like soft gold champagne kind of color. It's very subtle. When I just want something kind of luminous and healthy looking, I always reach for this. And I mean, look at it. It's a massive product. I've been using this for probably 6 months, and I haven't even I probably won't put a dent in this. This will probably expire before I ever even put a dent in it. You can find hard candy at Walmart. I'm not sure if you can find it anywhere else. Last face product that I have for you is blush. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what I'm gonna say because I always rave about this blush. It's the NYX HD blush. My favorite shade is called Nude Tude. That's this one. You can probably tell there's a huge dent in it. It's so well used, well loved. But this is Nude Tude. I have a couple other shades and I'll show them to you. This is Soft Spoken. It's like a kind of bright baby pink. And then this one's called Intuition. This one has a little shimmer to it. It's kind of a deeper, like mauve pink, and it has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's nothing glittery on the face. It's just a nice kind of sheer shimmery look without being too over the top. These blushes wear wonderfully. They last for hours and hours on me, and you know blush is always the first thing to go. I highly recommend these, love them, they never fail me. Let's talk about brows first. Brows are important, we all know that. My absolute favorite brow pencil is the NYX Micro Brow. I use the shade Brunette. Is it Brunette or Dark Brown? Yeah, it's Brunette. I use the shade Brunette. This is so similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. If you haven't seen this, you've been living under a rock, I suppose. So welcome back to the world. It has the spoolie on one end and then the twist up pencil on the other end, just like the Brow Wiz. And I just love this little thing. It's $9.99, half the price of the Brow Wiz, and it is so good. I think this is my third one, if that tells you anything. A couple months ago, I decided to try this out. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. I saw a lot of beauty gurus here on YouTube that I love to follow using this, so I thought it might be worth giving it a shot, and it has great hold. It is tinted, so you have to be careful with it. If you've seen my 5-minute makeup challenge, you know it can get messy. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. It's pretty funny. You can laugh at me, it's okay. I laugh at myself. I think this was like $7 or $8, and this is a great brow gel. If you don't want to spend the 20 whatever dollars on the Anastasia one, this one is almost just as good, but definitely the best one I've tried from the drugstore. My favorite drugstore mascara was a no-brainer. This is one of my top mascaras of all time, drugstore or not, and that is the Maybelline Lash Sensational, the original in the pink tube. I do not care for the Lash Sensational Luscious that came in like the matte black tube, but this is, it's so good. It's very similar to the Benefit Roller Lash. If you've tried that and you like that, you will love this. This gives volume, length, but it's not like so crazy and clumpy. I like the brush. I like the pretty pink tube. Not that that should matter, but it does. I think this is my third one of this as well, if that tells you anything. I love this stuff. For eyeliner, now I'm not a huge eyeliner girl. You may or may not know that. But I do like to line my waterline sometimes for a more smoky look. And I've had trouble finding an eyeliner that would last in my waterline. I've tried all kinds, high-end and drugstore, and these are some of the most impressive. Another NYX product. These are the retractable waterproof eyeliners from NYX. I have them in black and brown. These last for hours in my waterline, but they're not a pain to scrub off of my eye. They're so affordable. They're retractable, which is great. You don't have to sharpen them. They go on really creamy, but they don't smudge everywhere. Wonderful. I'm going to talk about eyeshadow next, and I have a few different choices here. I tried to pick things from like different categories, but these are all things that I absolutely love. I highly recommend. I go back to again and again, even over my high-end eyeshadows. I think they are 100% worth every penny. The first that I'll mention are these matte quads from Physicians Formula. These are a great deal. These are amazing mattes, and you know, good mattes are hard to find. Even like high-end matte shadows can be kind of crummy sometimes, but these are so smooth. I love these shades in particular from the Classic Nudes quad. I'll give you a little swatch here, see if it'll show up. They're just the right amount of pigmentation. They're not patchy. They don't skip over my eye. They blend like a dream. These are fantastic. If you haven't tried these, this is one of the things I'd say, like, pause and go to Ulta.com right now and order these because this is that good. Let's talk about cream eyeshadows next. The Maybelline Color Tattoos, I think, are the best cream eyeshadows I've ever tried. Better than high-end ones I've tried. I bought some of the cream shadows from Benefit, and I think that these are 10 times better. And they're way less expensive. I have the shades Bad to the Bronze, Bold Gold, and Inked in Pink. These are some of my favorite shades. These are some of the metallic color tattoos, but they have some that are not metallic as well. So you can get a variety of finishes. They always have a lot of colors out. They do release limited edition colors every now and then, but they have some like staple colors that are always available. And all three that I mentioned are part of the permanent collection. I'm just highly recommend these. They look great on everyone. They're so easy for an all-over lid color or as an eye base. Fantastic. The last eyeshadows that I'm gonna mention are the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. These are very unique in the drugstore. They're almost, I mean, they're basically a pressed pigment is what they are. And they are so smooth and so intensely pigmented, yet easy to work with. I haven't used anything else like these, and I am a huge fan. I recommend these to anyone who will listen to me talk. I'm wearing this shade today. This is Amber Rush. This is like the cult favorite. So let's just see how these bad boys swatch out. Yes. So gorgeous. Burst into Bloom, Amber Rush, and Glistening Garnet. Those are some of my favorites. Well, I just got Burst into Bloom, but obviously look at it. It's gorgeous. Okay, we're moving on to lips now. I do have two different lip liners that I want to talk about. Obviously, going back to NYX. I love NYX lip liners. I think they're just as good as MAC lip liners. Don't shoot me for saying that. I know that sounds crazy to you, but these are fantastic. Like, look how small this one is. Look how much I've used it. Like, this is what a full-size lip liner is supposed to look like. That's how much I've used it. These are phenomenal. Highly recommend. And I have more recently, over the past few months, discovered the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liners. These are so good. They go on so smoothly. They last a really long time. They don't need to be sharpened, which I love. My two favorite shades are number 18 Addiction and number 105 Under My Spell. Kind of like a cool nude and then like a reddish berry. So glad I discovered these, going back for more colors. Love it. Now, let's see if I can get through all of these lip products without being ridiculous. I'm not gonna swatch everything because I love lip products and I have a lot to talk about. So let's just get into it. I mentioned these in my April favorites. These are my favorite shades. This is the Revlon Ultra HD lip color. My favorite shades are Seduction and Addiction. Like, do we notice a theme here? It's always gonna be like a nude and then like a berryish red. That theme will continue. These dry almost completely matte. They're very comfortable. I like the smell. Some people hate the smell. I think they smell fruity and nice. These are definitely worth checking out if you haven't tried them yet. In the same realm of like liquid matte lips, I have to mention the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. These have been a favorite of mine for many years. I have tons of colors. I'm about to put out a makeup collection / vanity tour video, and then you will see how obsessed with NYX lip products I really am. But I don't even have all the colors, but I wish I did. These are some of my favorite shades. This is Copenhagen. It's like a dark vampy red. Prague is like a bright, deep pink. And Cannes is actually the color I'm wearing today. It's like a pinky nude. Perfect shade for me. These are super comfortable. They last for hours and hours. You can layer them if you need to touch up. You don't have to completely remove what's underneath. You can just layer it on top and they don't get all like scrunched up and gross. We'll just go ahead and talk about the rest of the NYX lip products that I love because there's more. The Intense Butter Glosses are crazy good. My favorites are Tres Leches, and this is Toasted Marshmallow. I really want to swatch these for you, but I won't because I still have more lip products to talk about. But if you want to see any swatch videos, definitely feel free to request that and I will do it for you. The regular butter glosses are also a favorite for me. These are my favorite gloss in the drugstore, period. Possibly my favorite gloss of all time. I'm not willing to make that call right now, but these would definitely be considered in that running. I have the shades Creme Brulee, Tiramisu, and Cranberry Biscotti. These are three of my favorites. I have a whole drawer full of these. I love them. I wear them all. They smell like frosting. I want to eat them. They're beautiful. They're not too sticky. There are a lot of great traditional lipsticks at the drugstore. This was really hard for me to narrow down, but some of my favorites, there's one that's like a long-term favorite, and that's the Revlon, what are these called? Revlon Color Burst Lip Butters, and kind of newer favorites, which is the Milani Color Statement lipsticks. I only got these a couple months ago, been using them like mad. I definitely need to go back and get more shades because these are so comfortable. It's so beautiful. They're so, I mean, even the packaging's beautiful. And they're so affordable. I think they're like $5.99. That's great. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my drugstore favorites. If you have any drugstore favorites that you want to share with me, please leave that in the comments so that I can go and check out some of your favorite products. Don't forget to go check out Macy's video and subscribe to her channel. She's so much fun to watch. I know you guys will love her videos. And also follow her on Instagram. She has absolutely gorgeous pictures. Her makeup collection is to die for. So if you want to see some crazy makeup envy, go and check out Macy's page. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all and I will see you in my next video. Bye.